Thanks for taking the time. So 3 points at home. What do you make of the performance?
I thought it was a really good performance tonight. I really did. I thought we started really well. Probably could have had a goal in some of the early minutes. Gabby had a really good opportunity, and it didn't come for us. We kept pressing, and then they score a goal early in the second half, and I think we can do better on that particular play. But I have to say it's a really good performance from the group. The group keeps pushing, and I thought we deserved all 3 points tonight.
Last season, the results at home were not as strong as I imagine you would want.
Yeah.
How meaningful is it to get 3 points at Audi Field early in the season and set the tone in that way?
Yeah, there's a few things that are meaningful about tonight. One in particular is just to get the first win of the season with us starting off with 2 draws. And then the second point is what you bring up there. I mean, every single time that we come here, we feel a huge responsibility to get a result at home, but not just for the actual night itself. I mean, that's just an obvious. Every single team anywhere across the world wants to win when they play at home, but it's really more about starting to deliver more for our fan base and start to really change the momentum and build momentum. And I think we started doing that last season, and even at the beginning of this year, you can see us continuing to build and add different pieces to the puzzle, not only individually but as a team. And so we're hoping to continue to replicate performances like tonight, and I think we've been pretty consistent over the first 3 weeks.
Last one for me, just what are your thoughts on João Pedro's performance?
Yeah, I think this is goes hand in hand with what I just said about some of the pieces of the puzzle that are coming together and some of the additions we've been able to make. He's absolutely a fantastic player, and we saw that all through preseason. We were really happy whenever we were able to sign him because we thought that he could have these types of performances that he had tonight. He's just involved in everything that's creative that we do, and when you start to get him around guys like Gabby Pirani and Jose Kajima and Christian Benteke, I think we're going to be fun to watch as we keep building.
Next we'll go to Sarah, and then we'll go to Jason.
Troy, congratulations on the win, and that was definitely a message to the supporters tonight, but I was wondering, do you have any words directly for them?
I just love the energy that they brought tonight, and not only our supporter section, but the entire stadium. I know these first 2 weeks, just weather-wise, it wasn't easy to come out, but we want to pack Audi Field. We really want to create an atmosphere here, and I think what I'm talking about our performances in the first 3 weeks, and now seeing some of these individuals that are new and things starting to come together a little bit more. We want to entertain our fans. We want to be fun to watch. We want to bring energy like they bring energy for us. So we're really appreciative, and the best way to pay them back is by getting 3 points at the end of the day.
Troy, I wanted to ask first about David Schnegg's performance. It seemed like, especially on the attacking side, he was really able to influence the game quite a bit, maybe more than in the first 2 games of the season. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, he started doing it a lot last week against Chicago, and I think he took a big step last week, and we got to see him in a small sample size at the end of at the midway point of last season, whenever he played against Dallas and against Atlanta United in Leagues Cup prior to his injury, that he has that in him. But tonight, though, I think you make a great observation. I thought he was very, very good tonight. And we know what Aaron does on the opposite side of the field, so our goal is to be able to provide that on both sides. And tonight we did that with Aaron Schnegg, Jared, Peglo, and Jacob when he came on.
And then that last second, that collision with Kim, have you had any input from the medical staff or anyone about exactly what happened and how he's doing?
Yeah, my biggest disappointment was that the situation was there at all. I don't understand this one in terms of why was it called at midfield. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then the situation that comes out of that is one that now we have to be concerned with. And I am concerned with that now because it's a pretty big collision, and we're going to see how June comes out of that. But that situation should never happen. So it's disappointing, and I hope he's going to be okay.
Yeah, frequently the game has been built from the back. That is the trend over many years now. Tonight was a lot of long ball instead. Was that planned ahead of time, or did both teams seem to be doing, or did it just flow the game?
Yeah, I think both teams did a good job of pressing, so sometimes when you're under pressure, you play a little bit more direct. But for us, we're always going to look for the deepest target possible, and that's how we create chances and create the most dangerous chances. I think we've evolved our game quite a bit to play underneath this year. We're going to play whenever that's on, we're going to play that option. But first, we have to make the opponent stop us when we go in behind.
Jose, Lesesne.
Troy, thank you for allowing us. What are your thoughts so far? Now we're 3 games in, you had multiple goal scorers involved last week and now this week. What are your thoughts on how it's progressing and how much you're getting other players involved outside of Benteke?
Yeah, I mean, to start with Christian, he's still the focal point, and we want it that way. I think he had some good service tonight, and on another night maybe he scores another goal. So we have to reward his talent whenever he's in the box. And I told him after the game how proud I was of him for stepping up after last week's penalty miss. And he said, yeah, of course, kind of, what do you expect? And I said, but Christian, this is a big responsibility that he carries in the team, and he wants that moment. So outside of that, though, I think it's very, very important that other guys step up, and you're seeing that consistently. Jacob stepped up, Jose Kojima stepped up, Peglo stepped up, Gabby Pirani has stepped up. So the more that we have contributions outside of Christian, the better it's going to bode for this team to win more matches.
Amanda?
Troy, we saw a different game in the beginning, so what was the key for the team's improvement in the second half?
Yeah, I think we started really well. I think there was a point in the first half where we didn't really have our structure with the ball like we wanted to, so we adjusted a little bit at halftime with that. But in the second half, I liked a lot of what we put together. I thought the attack that we had that ended with David Schnegg, and he just missed over the goal at the beginning of the second half. This was one of the best attacks I've seen over the course of my time here, and hopefully we'll have more of those. And really proud of the way that the group was able to see out the result tonight.
And right here.
Hi,
Maybe
Coach.
one more after this.
I know you've said a lot of key things here, but what really was the key factor ahead of this game as compared to the previous two draws that you had? And also, how do you think this victory will propel you to this long season ahead?
Yeah, I don't think there's a ton of difference between the 2 draws and this win tonight. I think we've had very consistent performances over the first 3 weeks. I didn't think we made as many unforced turnovers tonight, and turnovers in which hurt us, allowing the team to go into attacking transition. I thought we were really sound tonight, so we didn't really give a lot away on the night to an opponent that can create goals in Sporting KC. And then we hope to use these first 3 results to build some momentum to go into the next few weeks, because next week's going to be a tough test, but it's back at home versus Montreal, and we want to replicate this again.
And the last one here.
Sure, congratulations on this comeback win. Last week in Chicago, you mentioned you've been working on changing the energy. That was very evident based on, just wanted to piggyback on Jimenez's question. What did you say to the boys at halftime? Because we noticed the change of pace, it was pushing the game, it was very evident. What did you say to them at halftime?
Yeah, I mean, when I say that about changing the energy, I think what I'm talking about is a little bit of a bigger picture. The last 5-6 seasons for DC United, the energy and the momentum hasn't been where it needs to be. And so we feel a tremendous responsibility as a staff and in this group of players to start to turn that energy around and make the energy be a little bit more contagious from a positive side. And it hasn't been that necessarily, I think, in the recent history. So I don't think anything was said at halftime that's been any different than a lot of the messages that I give about the expectation that we have to win. But now we need to go and do that again next week. That's the goal. And so Montreal is now fully in our focus.
Thank you, Troy.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.